Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to look at my first part of the Juggernaut series of the X-Men Marvel Legends wave. And so to start this off, we're going to look at the figures that I consider to be okay. They're not great, they're not terrible, but they're kind of the meh figures. Now, two of these, the Rogue and the Wolverine, were really hard calls for me to put into this category. But ultimately, I do feel I was justified with it. So we're going to get them out of the way, and we're going to start off with Iceman. So here's Iceman. He is utilizing the Spider-Man body. He's made out of this whole clear plastic, which, you know, it works for the character. The only real paint on the whole figure is his eyes. And that's pretty much it. I really... They did all this little spiky bits, and I kind of really wish... Not kind of. I seriously really wish they would have gone the route of just the smooth, clear body. He also, you can see he's not wearing shoes. He's got just the feet, which... Again, I wish I kind of wish he was wearing like boots, because you don't see Iceman running around barefoot. You know, he's usually wearing shoes or something, and then when he freezes over, they just freeze over with him. But so posability wise, okay, and this part is just soft plastic and it's not connected in at all. You just pop it right out. Head is on a ball joint and hinge, so you get up, down, left, right. Shoulders can, he's got the butterfly joint here. Shoulders up, down, all the way around. It does get caught up on this a little bit. Bicep swivel, double bend elbow. The problem I'm having with him more than anything else, why he's in the meh, is he's loose. Things aren't attached very well. Like this is, I mean, that's gonna just break one of these days real soon. Hands are super loose. The bicep swivel's super loose. Elbows super loose. He does have the hinge and swivel there. He's got the ab crunch, waist swivel. That seems to be a little loose, but not terrible. Leg can go up and down, in and out. That's loose. Thigh swivel, a little too tight, honestly. Double bend elbow, or double bend knee, that is also, again, pretty loose. Foot swivels, and the rocker is incredibly loose. So ultimately, he will work for an Iceman, but I really, really want a better one. This figure itself, I'm going to give a 3 out of 10. I think they phoned this one in. I don't think they really put much effort into this guy at all. So, and yeah, he's going to be fun to stand, because his feet are so loose that it's just kind of... You can see I'm just trying to stand the damn thing up. Disappointing is more than what I can say about him. Very, very disappointing. Alright, next up we'll take a look at Cable. Now, Cable, the figure itself is fine. The problem I have is with the guns. Now, this piece comes separate, so you have to plug it in, and that's fine. So, from here, it kind of looks okay. But when you fold it like this, that's when you see how poorly it warped in the packaging. I mean, this thing is warped. Now, I mean, I know you can fix that with hot water and stuff like that, and then this one also is a little warped as well. So, not the greatest. And then the figure itself, like I said, it's pretty good. Face sculpt is done really well. So you got the metal face and some scars there. The whole metal arm here. I would have preferred like the 90s cartoon version of Cable than this, but this will work. So the head is on the ball joint with the hinge, so good range of motion there. He's got a ball-jointed torso, waist swivels. He's got this free-floating belt here that kind of gets just in the way. And that's kind of like across the line. These free-floating belts and pieces are really, really annoying. Shoulder swivels up and down, bicep swivel, double bend elbow. It's pretty stuck, so I'm not going to force it. Same on the other side, though. Wrist swivel and hinges. You can get the guns into his hand, but they don't, like, you're really putting a lot of pressure on those fingers, and then it doesn't really look quite right anyway in the end. And you see I just smeared a big chunk of paint off the thumb. So, yeah, they didn't really make this work as well as they could have. So, anyway, ball jointed torso, waist swivel, hips can rotate up and down, in and out, thigh swivel, double bend knee. That one works pretty well. Foot rocker and tilt. The rocker does get a little caught up on this armor, but not enough to make it a real issue. So overall, the figure, I'm going to give the figure a 7 out of 10. The figure itself is pretty good. Not my ideal version of Cable, but a good enough version of the Cable. But the guns are a waste. Just anticipate that. The guns are worthless. So, I'm going to be putting those away and just displaying him like this. Alright, next up we'll take a look at Rogue. Now, she looks good. She's got this free-floating piece here that just kind of bounces around, which is okay for the character. My issue with her that makes her not into the good figure pile are these green rings here that just kind of float around and get in the way, and then these pieces here that just kind of float around and getting in the way, and then the wristbands here are floating around getting in the way. I mean, they really could have glued some of this down. I would imagine it would have been not that hard. Or, with the green rings here, they could have just painted it on. Anyway, head is on a ball joint. So you get to swivel a little up, a little down. The hair gets in the way there. She's got her jacket, which is good. You got the ball joint for the torso, which will give you the waist swivel too. No actual waist swivel, but you're good enough there. Shoulders rotate around, up, down. There is a swivel built into the elbow. Elbow bends up and down. Wrist swivels and hinges, and like I said, these kind of get in the way, so you really gotta put them where you need to. Thighs up and down, in and out. Thigh swivel, double bend knee. Foot has the rocker and tilt. The biggest, the one thing that's good about having this as a free floating piece is you pull the hand off, and you're gonna take that cuff with it, and then you can take her other hand, which is just a peach hand, and plug it in. But it does not plug in very well, so be mindful of that. So this way she looks like she's getting ready to absorb somebody's power. It works, but it's not the greatest. And then you can just plug that back in, and again, it doesn't hold very well. So, all in all, the figure itself looks great. So I'm going to give her an 8 out of 10. The 2 points I'm taking off is because of functionality of those free floating pieces just is not where it needs to be. So. Alright, next up we have Wolverine. Now, he does come with the 2 fists for the, you got your claws retracted. Now, mostly with mine, I think mine's more of a quality control issue than it is actual figure. Biggest problem I have is this hand just does not want to stay on. And then you can see this claw here has come pretty loose. So it's kind of hard to keep it straight, which is very disappointing. So I might just do... This hand seems to be better off. So I might just do a... Yeah, that seems to hold a little bit better. Do like just one claw. One of my complaints about this figure is that he's in the brown costume and not the tiger stripe. I really wish they would have gone with that look rather than this look. It just would have been better for me. That's more the character I remember. And then we got some paint issues. We'll go over those real quick. Come on, stay on. You can see this is brown plastic with the peach painted over the top. And then same with this piece here, the shoulder piece. So the peach there and there is a darker color than the rest of the elbow. That's a little distracting. This paint here on the... what is it called again? Good gravy, I can't remember anything. On this piece, anyway. This is a little darker than the rest of it. It looks better on the front than it does on the back. It's pretty noticeable on the back. I didn't even touch that freaking hand. These things just do not stay on. And then, the way the arms are sculpted, you cannot get a straight arm. This is as straight as it will go. Not a huge deal, but for me, it is slightly important. So anyway, posability, head goes up, down, left, right. He's got this joint here. Shoulders rotate around. Up, down, no problem there. Bicep swivel, double bend elbow. Like I said, I mean, you can get a little bit further up, but you can't get all the way down. You got the ab crunch, free floating pelt, waist swivel, hips move up, down, and out. They're on the ball joints. Thigh swivel, double bend knee. Boot swivel right where the boot connects to the leg. And then the tilt and rocker. All in all, for the Wolverine, I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. I think they should have gone with a more classic cartoon look. I think that's just more iconic to the character than the brown costume. I don't know where you guys are. I'm sure that's one of those up for debates. But ultimately, I think he could have been done better. And then the quality on this one, on this particular copy anyway, is just garbage. And I can only rate on figures that I have. So if somebody wants to give me another Wolverine that has better quality control, I can update this. I mean, and yes, I know I can just put some polish on there and tighten those joints up, but that's not the point. The point is that it shouldn't have to happen. So yeah, there you go. Overall, the bad of this wave isn't that bad. So next up, we'll get to the rest of it.